Hello and welcome back to my channel. We are going to be using James Turner's website for his trait generator, mainly because he has a category for the aspiration as well. So we did get spellcraft and sorcery, foodie, socially awkward, and mystical. I did also randomize the likes and dislikes, as well as added the hobby of cooking, apothecary, and gardening just to go along with some of the personality traits that she had that were randomized. This was mostly so that I could get an idea of a color that she would gravitate towards. So what she ended up with for the hobbies was liking cooking, baking, apothecary, gardening, and baking, as well as the color purple. As far as dislikes, the only thing that I took note of is that she doesn't really like the color blue, red, or pink. So I really tried to focus in on purple for the most part. I did also balance it out with kind of just like some neutral browns, just to go along with some of the kind of nature-loving aspects that go along with this sim as well. I did also have the idea to create this sim based off of a comment left on a video suggesting to start out with randomizing the traits and building the sim around that, which gave me the idea to use the James Turner website. Within his website, there is a drop-down menu labeled as tools. That is where this trait generator is located. To go over the traits that were randomized, we have the foodie trait. These sims become happy or have fun when eating good food, become uncomfortable when eating bad food, and can watch cooking shows for ideas. Socially awkward. These sims tend to struggle in social situations and build charisma more slowly, but gain powerful moodlets and sentiments when they are able to overcome their awkwardness and accompanying nervousness to form close relationships or close friendships. And then mystical, this one is one of the newest traits that just came out with the Enchanted by Nature pack. Feeling a strong affinity for both the natural and supernatural, mystical sims seem higher purpose in living harmoniously in each world and sharing that with other sims. These sims learn apothecary and gardening skills faster and have an easier time building friendships with occult sims. Mystical sims can offer to grant a sacred blessing to other sims, which increases balance for both sims if accepted. She also did get the quick learner trait from choosing a knowledge aspiration. And this one is spellcraft and sorcery, which pretty much was the reasoning behind creating this sim as a witch. I did also randomize the name. So this here is Bristol North. She is pretty cute. I kind of kept her, at least her body shape, pretty similar to the sim that already was randomized. Mostly just going in and changing her facial features, giving her some of the like micro bangs. And here you can see that I ended up deciding on giving our sim some of the little antlers that came with Enchanted by Nature as well. This mostly just having to do with the fact that I've never actually gotten an opportunity to use this item before, as well as the shoe item that makes the feet look like kind of like goat hooves. Kind of just making it so that our sim looks like a mystical witch satyr potentially. So she's definitely got the mystical down. And then you will begin to see with the outfits that I definitely went with the purple, making sure that we had that continuing throughout as her favorite color, as something that she would gravitate towards. I wasn't too sure how to portray the socially awkward. However, I believe that just with her generally being a satyr, she may be a bit more on the shy side. Obviously, with this socially awkward trait, that is just part of how she is in her behaviors and everything, but that's not too easy to portray visually. It was much easier to portray the foodie and mystical traits within this sim. Definitely had to go through a lot of the packs that we had that involve occults, things that seemed a bit outdoorsy, just trying to picture a sim that would probably grow their own food, grow their own herbs, have a cute little garden, maybe like a nice little cottage with a kitchen where she probably enjoys doing her baking as well. And yeah, so I definitely wanted to obviously give her like kind of like a cool witchy kind of vibe to her, but also have some kind of earthy, especially with having her being mystical, that is going to connect her both to the natural and supernatural world. So that to me also was part of just her overall personality. She seems like she would be a gardener of sorts, grow her own things for her witch's brew and for the apothecary skill, and maybe even grow all of the things for her kitchen as well. Like if she were to live in a house, maybe she would have the simple living challenge on it. We are still kind of just getting the main everyday outfit figured out. And once I get this figured out, the rest of the outfits come a little bit easier as I get a sense that I understand the style that I'm going with for her. Making sure that I wanted to have her jewelry be gold to match the gold accents on the antlers that I chose for her, as well as choosing the nail polish that is chipped, just because I feel like she would be one to paint her nails, but I don't think she would really be bothered by those sorts of imperfections. Like she would probably just let it naturally chip off, since she's probably, in her garden and doing her cooking and everything, using her hands quite a lot. So I don't think that she necessarily cares about having some perfectly polished nails. I also gave her a gold septum piercing, just enjoyed that, and some cute little strawberry earrings to go along with the foodie aspect. So now we are going into formal wear. I do give her some makeup for her formal wear. I also end up doing makeup for her party wear outfit. All of the others I leave generally untouched. Otherwise, maybe giving her like a little bit of a gloss so that her lips at least have a little bit of color. Again, kind of going through and starting out with the makeup and the jewelry this time. I did choose a mixed metal necklace so that one was both gold and silver, just to kind of add a little bit of some fun. Deciding between using this Crystal Creations dress and dress from Life and Death. I do believe I ended up going with the dress from Life and Death, that beautiful purple. Haven't really used that too often for Sims before either, so I really enjoyed using that. And then for the athletic wear, I was kind of considering doing some of the like ice skater outfits that come with seasons, but I ended up using some of these shirts just to hold the essence of her still being like a foodie and everything. I thought that this was a cute shirt and a good representation of that. And then these nice big sweatpants. Choosing the sleepwear, I wanted to do something that definitely was like mostly comfortable, not necessarily like cute or anything. But I also wanted to keep in mind that she is still a young adult. So I was very tempted to using that cute purple dress with the unicorns on it, but I ended up just using this brown moth just button up, also coming from Life and Death. And then going into the party wear, kind of checking out some of the Crystal Creations things. I knew that I kind of wanted to use this particular dress at some point, not really knowing if it was going to be a secondary everyday outfit, but I really enjoyed using it for the party wear. And going in, adding a little bit of makeup. This is the hair that comes with Get Famous. I feel like it's a pretty underrated hairstyle. I do know that like the back of it is not the best texture or anything coming from one of the earlier packs, but I liked the way that I wanted to make sure that the bangs were pretty consistent across all of the outfits. Kind of giving her like this Wednesday Addams hair that you see right here for the majority of the outfits. But both of the this hairstyle here and the one that we use for formal wear as well as cold weather, that short bang that's just down and straight, that is also from Life and Death. So the only hair that didn't come from Life and Death is that one for party wear that came from Get Famous. Here we are going over the hot weather wear, kind of trying to figure out how I wanted to like showcase her kind of style, kind of going through just some of the options from Life and Death, and then ending up on this cute top from the new Enchanted by Nature. Considered using a couple of different bottoms, but ended up settling on these ones from, I believe these are from either the Paranormal Stuff pack. It might be from Spooky Stuff, though. I believe they're from Paranormal. Wanted to give her just some cute little accessories. Ended up choosing these gold whisks just for a little bit of fun, for the foodie aspect, of course. I ended up choosing the matching one to go with the cold weather wear, and I kept it on even though I'm pretty sure you are unable to see it in the final outfit that we chose for her. Ended up deciding on something that was a little bit more of the neutral, going for that brown. I was heavily debating doing this outfit you see here, although the pants being blue and having the red mushrooms on it, those are two of the colors that randomly were disliked, so I ended up going against it. Again, going back to it here, kind of trying to figure out what kind of aesthetic we were going for. I think the main struggle here was trying to find something that was still going to be purple, and that's part of why I do end up, I think, changing to kind of a bit more of like a brown neutral outfit, just because that was a little bit easier to balance with the shade ranges that we are offered within The Sims. So definitely had the hardest time with the cold weather wear. I think particularly as well because I wanted to keep her with the shoes that she has on, because I mean it's hard to tell what a satyr would be wearing. So I kind of was considering like maybe almost Narnia vibes potentially. Here we are going over all of the outfits not sped up. I really appreciate you watching all the way to the end of the video. If there is anything else that you would like to see, please leave that in the comments down below, as well as like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching all the way to the end, and I will see you again next time.